Let's talk about something that basically nobody knows or remembers or bought or read, which is The Further Adventures of Indiana Jones, a comic book series published by Marvel from the years 1982 to 1985. It had numerous authors, it ran for a couple of years, it had 34 issues overall, before it was cancelled in 85, funnily enough similar to the Star Wars Marvel comic run, which ended 1 year later in 1986, also got cancelled. And what's interesting about this comic run, it started in 1982, basically right after only the first movie, Raiders of the Lost Ark, so that was the only thing they could work with, similar to the Marvel Star Wars comics, yet again. And that's not where the similarities end, because throughout this comic run we get some Marvel Star Wars people working on this as well. So let me explain how I'm gonna do this. I also reviewed the Marvel Star Wars comics, and with that series I did it issue by issue, because they didn't really came out in story arcs like we have nowadays. It was just issue 1, issue 2, and some of them connected, some of them don't. In the case of Star Wars, I just went issue by issue, a separate review for each one. With this, I can go with overall story arcs, which isn't much, because I think the longest story arc here is 3 issues. But hey, there we go. Let's talk about the first one. The first story in this series is titled The Ikons of Ikammanen, written by John Byrne, and I must say, this is a great start. Again, I don't want to spoil the story too much. Let's just go into what I liked about it. First off, I really like the art style. I think it works for Indiana Jones, pulpy adventure stories. I think it looks good. It just has this really just fun, pulpy comic feeling to it. The art is definitely better than in the early Marvel Star Wars comic run, that's for sure. The story is also very good. It's right after Raiders of the Lost Ark, it's still the year 1936, Indy is going on another adventure, he teams up with another female character, we get some nice twists and turns, we get some cool artifacts and stuff, we get ancient civilizations, we get some bad guys that are decently evil, so yeah. Everything in here, I think this really works. And it made me really excited to read the rest of the series. Because I was wondering, how closely are these issues gonna be connected in terms of the story, obviously? Is it one big storyline where one adventure ends, but we already get the setup for the next one? And it's not really like that, at least not right now as far as I've read. So yeah, this got me excited where the series is heading, and we will find out next time with a one-shot story in issue number 3, which is just called The Devil's Cradle.